What you're holding on to doesn't have to come out as anger. It can come out as forgiveness. If you're carrying around bitterness, jealousy, resentment, let it go because it's not who you are. It's just something you've been holding on to. Anxiety started for me when I stopped seeing things as they were and started seeing them as something they weren't. Reality wasn't really part of my world growing up. I turned everything inward and I twisted it into fiction. Not imagination in a healthy way, but stories about myself, about life, about other people that weren't true. And slowly that fiction turned into bitterness, not toward anyone in particular, just toward the world and toward myself. I never wanted to hurt anyone with words or fists. Why would I? I was already exhausted from beating myself up. When you start seeing yourself as someone you're not, that's where the downhill spiral begins. Because when you tell yourself something long enough, you're going to start to believe it's true. And once you believe it, you live like it's real. It's the harmless thoughts that keep you stuck. The ones you grab onto, the ones you replay, the ones you breathe life into. You take a passing thought and turn it into an unsolvable problem. For hours, for days, sometimes for years, we spend half our lives trying to solve fiction. Life doesn't need that much attention when you're living in reality. You're not pestering yourself with imaginary problems. You're observing life as it arrives and dealing with it as it should be dealt with. Reality is simple. It's the comic book scripts in our heads, the ones we keep rewriting, that drain us. Most of our suffering isn't happening out there. It's happening in here, in the stories we keep telling ourselves. And the moment you keep feeding the fiction, reality gets quieter. So I'll leave you with what I tell anyone who will listen. Change your thoughts and you change your life. Listen, thanks for listening, and I want to give a big shout out to anybody who got in on my promo for my book, The Trails and Trials of Addiction and Anxiety, The Roads I Travel. I ran a couple of promos and the response was incredible. Well over 1,000 people had done the free download on Kindle over on Amazon. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. And again, thanks for listening here. And you can follow me on Facebook or on TikTok or visit my website, trippingovermyself.com. Again, take care of yourself and thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next time.